Hello, everyone. Your boy forgot to put his AirPods in before he started this video. But here we are to talk about the Cowboys and the Eagles. How about that? And of course, we must pay the bills first. And so I need to tell you that if you'd been betting on the Cowboys with my friends at BetOnline, betonline.ag, my God, we'd all be rich. But I don't know if today's the day to do it, you know? Half-point favorite is the Eagles. Probably with good reason. The Eagles are better than the Cowboys right now. But we're not going to worry about all that. We're just going to sign up on BetOnline and we're going to use the promo code BLEAV for that 100% match. You know what I'm saying? Try to get that hooked up. Maybe get you some MLB action. Get in on some of that. Some MMA, some tennis, some boxing. BetOnline, your number one source for all your football betting needs and whatever other betting needs you might have. 100% welcome bonus with the first deposit. Use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hi, everybody. Go Cowboys. Go Cowboys. Cowboys alternate spread of minus 9.5. Wouldn't you want it plus 9.5? If you got it at minus 9.5, boy, you're going to get such great money if they cover that spread. We need LVE to do his job today. Yeah, Jalen Hurts running can be a problem. Jalen Hurts running can be a problem. I don't know why some websites don't have it updated that at left tackle, Jordan Mailata, I do believe, is going to play. So the Eagles will have all of their offensive line, which I believe is the best offensive line in football. Man, this sounds like a Eagles stream, doesn't it? Do you think Rush is capable of leading an offense to the 30 points it's going to take to win? Should I bench the Cowboys D in fantasy or believe? I don't know because I don't draft defenses in fantasy. I don't believe in it. I just play it off the waiver wire, baby. Whoever is playing the worst team that is available in free agency is who is my fantasy defense. Who's scoring 30? I think no one's scoring 30. I don't think anybody's scoring 30. Oh, my God. Look at this. We got fantasy questions. Start Duvernay. Like I have, don't worry about it. I can't help you. You think I'm even good at fantasy? I'm not, I don't think. It's hard to say. The only thing that I wonder about in this game is here's the thing. Here's the thing. Do I believe that the Cowboys would beat the Eagles if the Cowboys had a decent offense? Yeah, I think they would. Am I still not sold on Jalen Hurts, the thrower? His last couple of games, let me get the numbers for you, but I believe his total QBR the last couple of games has been like in the 20s and 30s. That's not good. So do I believe that it is a winnable game? I do. I just have a hard time. Here you go. Total QBR the last 2 weeks for Jalen Hurts 52.4 when they scored 20 against Arizona and 26.3 when they scored 29 against Jacksonville. I think one of those was a pick six. The Cowboys can beat the Eagles. They can. But I bet you're going to need a touchdown from someone that's not the offense. Because if you have to get into the mid to high 20s, I just don't know that the Cowboys can do that because the Cowboys can't pass the football. And that's a problem. So, am I not sold on Jalen Hurts, the thrower? I'm not. I'm still not 100% convinced that Jalen Hurts is what everybody's super excited about. Like, oh my God, look at him. He's incredible. He's really figured it out this year. He's willing to run. He's had a couple of good games throwing against Minnesota and Washington. I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts, the thrower. But the only reason that I can't take that as far as my friend Mike Soroy, who I work with on 97.1 The Freak now, and he picked the Cowboys to win by double digits because he's not sold on Jalen Hurts, the thrower. The only problem is like, I can get with you, but my thrower's not better. Cooper Rush ain't better than Jalen Hurts. The reason the Cowboys beat the brakes off the Eagles a couple of times last year is because the Cowboys had a better quarterback. They don't today. So you will still need the Cowboys defense to be absolutely incredible while dealing with the added threat of a quarterback who's willing to run the ball 15 times in a game. And so we shall see. I think what you got to do is you got to kind of load it up and be like, all right, Jalen Hurts, you have to beat me throwing the ball. And then you're giving advantageous matchups to their three-headed monster of receivers, A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert. Would you take the money line for Cowboys? No, I'm picking the Eagles to win. The good news is I picked the other team to win, I think, a couple weeks in a row now against the Cowboys, and it's going great. So I'll just do it again. Chances of Mike pulling a fast one and starting Dak, I mean, the fact that they're saying he's going to put on pads and do the pre-game workout is at least interesting. It's at least intriguing. Watch Rush ball out today. That would be fun. It would be a lot of fun to not be the 28th best offense in the NFL for a day. It is. The Dak thing is intriguing. No, I don't think Dak plays. I would be surprised. But if he does, I understand it. And no, I don't think Damone Clark is playing this week. I think that they have left an open roster spot that will be his, so they'll only have to have 6 inactives today instead of 7, and I think Damone Clark might be suiting up and playing next week. We will best them pigeons. But, man, I don't think you'd be allowed to do it because you're in their building. But if you knew Dak was going to play and you were the Cowboys, I would cue up the Stone Cold music and have the glass break, and then here comes Dak screaming down the tunnel, and then you just beat the crap out of the Eagles. That'd be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, I've seen all the media folks nobody expects Dak to play, but everybody's hedging a little bit, which makes it intriguing. And I like intriguing. If he plays, I will change my prediction. When are we getting more Tolkien Cowboys? That's been tough. So what happened is your boy ran back into the radio life, and your boy is on from 7 to 11 a.m. on 97.1 The Freak in DFW, and which you can get on the iHeartRadio app. And your boy ain't used to that wake-up call. So then when I get home, it's a matter of when do I nap and what else do I got going on and when can we do the YouTubes. And so I'll get it figured out. I'll get it nailed down because I will not stop doing YouTube. I'm going to keep doing it. Having something that you own is kick-ass. Can we heat the pool? Yes, we're capable of heating the pool, but it's also raining. It be raining, it be storming. So when I look at the Eagles overall, got a feeling Dak plays. McCarthy's keeping everything close to the chest, and Jerry isn't shooting his mouth off. Yeah, that is interesting that Jerry's not shooting his mouth off and saying anything definitive because what Jerry loves to do is talk and ruin things. Would you let Wilder punch you in the face for a Cowboys Super Bowl? I would not. I'll just take my chances. So our fun matchups today. Really, Cowboys offensive line versus Josh Sweat, Haason Reddick, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, and Jordan Davis. That's the one. Because I think if the Cowboys are going to win this game, you don't have to just get a stalemate there. You have to whoop them. Because would I take the Cowboy receivers against the Eagles DBs if I had a good quarterback? Yeah, I would take that. But Darius Slay, James Bradbury, even Avonte Maddox, that's solid cover, guys. And I don't have a very good quarterback. So I got to kick their butts. Josh Sweat, Haason Reddick, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, y'all got to have your butts kicked today if the Cowboys are going to win this thing. Or the Cowboys have to be assignment sound and shutting down Jalen Hurts as a runner. They got to give him nothing as a passer, force a couple turnovers, don't turn it over yourself. You got a chance. Slay versus CD, who has the edge? Well, the way I do that is who has the bulge, which of course is a 1920s term, meaning the advantage. If you told me I had Dak, I would take CD against Darius Slay all day. If you make it Cooper Rush, I Don't give CD an advantage. Will Tolbert be active? Simi is on IR. James Washington is not back. We're going to do receiver math here. So CD, Gallup, Brown, Turpin. CD, Gallup, Brown, and Turpin. Simi is on IR, so he ain't playing. Washington's not back. Who am I missing? Tolbert could be active. Or better not call a double reverse to start the game. No, just a single reverse. Just one little reverse. One little reverse. They got to score at least 3 TDs in this game. Yeah, 3 TDs would probably get you there, I bet, because you probably have a field goal or two, too. So 24 or 27, I think, could probably get you there. But if you're going to get 3 TDs, my suspicion is that one of those bad boys has to come from the defense or the special teams, because the Cowboys are basically scoring 1 offensive touchdown per week. So the idea that they're suddenly going to get 3 against, I think, probably one of the better defenses they've played this year, that'd be tough. It'll be fun watching Trayvon Diggs and A.J. Brown, though. That's the sort of matchup I want for Trayvon Diggs because he's tall, and he's athletic, and he's fast. He's long. And so the big, tough receivers, I like that matchup for Trayvon Diggs if you can get it to a place where you've got him following him. Hey, Jeff, do you think Quinn uses Mike as a spy and plays more run-stuffing oriented in order to stifle the run game and force Jalen to throw? This might be one of the games where Micah Parsons doesn't play 90% edge just because you know that their quarterback will keep it and that it's a decent chance they're going to run it more than they throw it, and that Miles Sanders has 20 carries and Jalen Hurts has 15 carries, and you're going to have to be chasing people around. So I can see wanting to have a bigger edge guy to hold up there and Micah Parsons flying around. You could also obviously see one of the Cowboys, not one of the 3, but either Curse or Wilson as a dude who's somewhat responsible for Jalen Hurts. I could see it going that way as well. Other matchups that I think are important. Tank Lawrence versus Lane Johnson. I don't expect that there's going to be like a clear-cut winner, but that is a fun matchup that will be important. If Tank Lawrence can put a whooping on Lane Johnson, that sure would go a long way to helping you win a football game. Racing Dallas Goedert, that would sure help you go a long way. Dak is not playing, at least allegedly. At least allegedly. I heard his CD with the hip. If he's running out there, I ain't worried about it. I think he's fine. That is one of the things I like about Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy with the injury stuff is super conservative. Like if something's bothering somebody, or even if they just feel like he's been running too much, or in CD's case, like he's been targeted so much, they love their GPS numbers. And it's like, well, yeah, sure, CD's hip doesn't feel great and his GPS numbers are high. Go sit down. We'll see you on Sunday. Tank never hit a sack against Lane. Well, today would be a good day to start. Lane Johnson's one of the best right tackles in football. And, I mean, they've got one of the best centers in football, one of the best right tackles in football, a very good left tackle, a good right guard, an okay left guard. That's a pretty good offensive line. That's a pretty good offensive line. I really hope Dak plays. And it just happens right there before game time. And it's like, surprise, MFR. Is CD's injury something to be worried about? I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. You just got to make Jalen Hurts throw. That's what you got to do. Make Jalen Hurts sit in the pocket and throw the football, and your defense has a chance to force some turnovers and there to be incompletions, and you give yourself a pretty good chance. Which, against most NFL teams, if you dare the quarterback to beat you, that's stupid. But I think against the Eagles, it probably is the play. How likely is it that Dak is fully healed? 0. There's no chance. Honestly, that's Jerry's fault. Jerry's the one who was like, yep, we ain't putting him on IR because we might get him back before 4 weeks. And it was like, yeah, sure, Jerry, okay. And now that they haven't, people are like, can you play tomorrow? The next day? The next day? It's a 6 to 8 week recovery, which the 8 would put you literally at the Cowboys bye or after the Cowboys bye. Jeff, why would I join a radio station that isn't as fun as the one I'm on? Why would I do that? I have friends over there. They're nice people. There's good folks over there. There's folks over there that wanted me to be over there. But I like where I'm at. Hey, we're not going to do the barking thing. It's too early. It's just too early. No. If they weren't winning, would Dak have played early? Yes. I think if they had a losing record right now, Dak would probably be playing in this game because they'd be desperate. I'm really happy that they're not desperate and that they're able to do it this way. Freak question: are y'all putting your segments on YouTube? It's in the works. That radio cluster, the big company, hasn't had in DFW a talk station. So there are things that we don't have yet that we're working on. But Mike Soroy and I are making a strong push to quickly get things onto YouTube and Twitch. And so hopefully it will. Been watching old Larry Allen film all morning, jacked up for some Cowboys football. Woo! How has Jordan Davis played so far? My understanding is okay, but there's no rush for Jordan Davis to have to play a ton of snaps because they have freaking Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox. How is the Freak going? Awesome. The Freak is going awesome. What's your score prediction, El Jefe? That is a good question. 24-16, Philadelphia Eagles win is my prediction. And I will have you know I've picked the other team 2 weeks in a row, and I've been wrong 2 weeks in a row, and it is something that I'm really enjoying. I thoroughly enjoy being wrong. So I look forward to the Cowboys winning by 50. And then I will next week pick the Cowboys to lose too, because it's really working. Is Damone Clark playing? I don't believe Damone Clark is playing. I believe he is playing next week. Love the show. Appreciate your salute to mental health. Mental health is the best. It's more important than sports. We love us some mental health. Would you rather see McGovern or Peters? Peters, although McGovern played pretty well last year, so I'd imagine you're going to see both of those guys. Jason Peters is back. He's ready to rock. Do you on the Freak know anything about Stars or just Cowboys? 2-0 so far. Julie Dobbs is a co-host of mine on the Freak, and her husband is literally a coach on the Stars, and she watches and goes to every game. And she does a segment on our show called The Zen Bin, where she talks about the Stars. Jeff, don't you dare pick us. I'm not picking the Cowboys. I'm picking the Cowboys to get beat by 8 points. That would have the Eagles covering the 6.5 point spread. I'm picking the Eagles. Don't worry. Cowboys will win again because I'll pick against them. You're going against a better football team. They're not a better football team if the Cowboys had a quarterback, but the Cowboys don't have a quarterback. So you're not going to beat a team with a better roster than you and a better quarterback than you on the road. What are we talking about? What are we talking? Yeah, the best part is if Philly loses this game, holy cow, the amount of crap they're going to have to hear. Lose to the division rival who whipped your ass twice last year without their starting quarterback. Well, you will be called frauds in a heartbeat. You will be the fake 5-0 team who got exposed. I need that in my life. I need Philly fans to be sad. And I know people hate Cowboy fans, and that's fine. There's a lot of Cowboy fans out there that make everybody else look bad. There are a lot of Laker, Yankee, Cowboy fans, but there's a lot of wonderful Cowboy fans. All Eagle fans suck. I'll rephrase. 76% of Eagle fans suck. So I want them to lose. That would be great. Okay, dogs, leave me alone. Would you take that Hyatt kid from Tennessee? Was that the receiver? That quarterback at Tennessee, Hendon Hooker, looks like the best quarterback in the country. And I know he's 24 years old, and so most 24-year-old quarterbacks aren't highly drafted. But Brandon Weeden was an old man that got drafted in the first round. Hendon Hooker looks like a stud. Look at Formula. Won 200 on blackjack. So sharing the love. Big game from Osa coming. I hope so. That would be great. That Eagles offensive line is good. Landon Dickerson, the left guard, is probably the weak point. So go ahead, Osa. Go ahead and tear Landon Dickerson a new one. Have you time. Get you a couple sacks. It'll be great. I'm just trying to make my way till when football starts. I fell asleep at 8:30 last night, the one night that I don't have to wake up, and I woke up at 5 something and then got out of bed before 7, which is good. Maybe I'm getting my schedule lined up for how it needs to be 5 days a week. I don't think the Eagles are down any offensive linemen, guys. I think that they had guys that weren't practicing, but I believe Jordan Mailata's playing, and none of the other guys were seriously hurt. They just had days off for, let me see if I can spell his name right. Give me two hot takes, FA. One on offense, one on defense. Um, Activated Andre Dillard from IR, but they also have Jordan Mailata back, so they also have his backup back. They actually have more offensive linemen than they've ever had. Offensive and defensive hot takes. If you promised me they'd give him the ball enough, I'd put in the call for a 50-plus yard Pollard touchdown again. Defensive hot take, Tank gets his first sack against Lane Johnson today. I'd rather play the Eagles at full strength so the whole world can see they're fraudulent. Yeah, unless they beat you. I'm the guy who wants to have all of their players not available. I just want to win. I want to get to the Super Bowl, and in the Super Bowl, Pat Mahomes pulled his hammy in practice, and Travis Kelce had a high ankle sprain, and Chris Jones has a neck that's bugging him. And where this is a game, Coop throws picks and generally has a bad game. Cooper Rush has been, people ignore it, but Cooper Rush has been trying to throw picks the last couple of weeks. If you don't think that's going to catch up at some point, I can see it. Maybe we get a little Michael Gallup putting in some work today. That'd be fun. I would like that. I heard you are the reason the freak is going 7A to 7P. KT said you'd just stay retired if it was 6 to 6. Yeah, when we were talking about it, and in a meeting they mentioned 6 to 6, I immediately raised my hand. I was like, I heard 7 to 7. I heard we'd be on at 7. I was like, and then we started 7. Any chance Dak surprise starts? There's a chance. I'd be surprised, but I'd be surprised in the most heavenly great way. How about this one? Cavante Turpin goes to the house this week. How about that? Cavante Turpin, house call, punt return. Let's get it. Or maybe a Cavante Turpin on the field for offense has a catch, and you just whoop, 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 whoop. My dogs are annoying the hell out of me. They want me to throw the ball to them. So I'm going to leave. Shout out to my guys at BetOnline. Go make all the money today. All the monies. And remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through, so be cool to everyone. I love you. Be easy.